Hello there, Ringside Crew.
Hey dudes at Ringside Crew, this is Davian.
Hey, it's Jenny Santana.
This is Elsie.
This is the Savage Juggernaut, Thomas.
Ray!
This is Thomas D. Bruff.
This is Billy Starks.
Mr. Chad Epic.
Megan Mason.
Hey everybody, Scotland's own Brody Adler.
The headliner in charge, Marco Mania.
This is your girl Charisma.
Papa Dink, Brendan Dinker.
This is According to Woods.
Savannah Summers.
I'm Shorty.
Catherine Inside.
You are watching
The internationally known
Dudes at Ringside podcast, hosted by Metal Geek and Joe the Panther Jr.
Hello there, wrestling fans! And welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I'm your host, Joe the Panther the Third, and now from the top of Metal Mountain, all the way up, all the way down to all 50 states in the globe, it's the Happy Heel himself, the Metal Geek.
What's going on, Ringside Crew? What's going on, internationally known? What's going on, everybody? How's it going, Joe? How's it going today?
Good. Woo, is this another episode of
Welcome to Wrestlemania weekend. What a weekend it was.
Also podcast month. Was this like the third interview?
Yeah, third. You're
Yeah.
right.
So
third.
You want to introduce the guests? Because I know you're really amped, and not so am I.
I'm so amped for this podcast, Joe. You have no idea how amped I am. Because let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to, from the Bob Culture podcast, Rob Williams. Rob.
We can't hear you. Your microphone
Might be off. You're on mute, buddy. You're on mute.
You know what happened? You got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
You know what happened? Like, what a way to start off. This is why we're going live. You know what happened when you guys ran the intro? And first of all, I had to sneeze. Like, when it started, I had to sneeze. I was like, oh boy, now I'm gonna like sneeze while this intro is running. It muted my microphone when the intro ran.
Really?
Like automatically. So I should have checked that it was unmuted. But you guys can hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Awesome. But what I was gonna say, I don't know who canceled on you guys. But thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Oh no. So Rob, if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Yeah, no, thank you. Shameless promo. Well, first, again, thank you guys for having me. It's awesome. I'm excited to talk about WrestleMania. It was great. But if you guys don't know me, the BCP, the Bob Culture podcast, we support a lot of the indie talent, a lot of the national talent we've had on. We have a great podcast and on YouTube. We're trying to build up the YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, the Bob Culture podcast on YouTube. We got a lot of great interviews. Can I do the name drops real quick?
Yes, you could
go for it.
Yeah.
Get a dustpan for all these names I'm about to drop. We have interviews with Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, Jim Ross, Summer Rae, Jake the Snake, Robert Serpentico, Anthony Bowens, Chris Statlander, Casey Navarro, so many, Dana Brooke, so many more. Guys, check it out. Deanna Perrazzo, all that great stuff. So check us out on YouTube, bobculture.podbean.com. If you guys got a chance right now, go over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. That helps us out a lot. And we got a lot of big things coming up. So I'm happy to be here, guys. Thank you so much for the platform.
Yeah. No problem, dude, because any publicity is good publicity. Like, if we want your podcast, we would love to promote our podcast. So there you go. To help anything.
Dudes at Ringside. Smash that subscribe button, guys.
Definitely, guys. If you're not subscribed, please follow us. Please subscribe. That's it.
Yeah,
Spotify,
loud neighbors, Geek. Got a fuzzy neighbor making all that noise. So excited.
Oh, I love doggies. What kind of dog?
That's Rook, the golden doodle.
Aw. I love doggies. That's awesome.
I have a Daushin, but he's upstairs and he knows his place. He's like, nah, man, we good.
He's like, they're recording. All right.
He's like, nah,
right.
man.
Maybe later.
My sign up, and my dad opens the door like,
yeah.
And I'm like, it's like, there's my sign that should be on the door that I made.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's are live.
That's awesome.
So Rob, how'd you get your start in the business, the podcast?
Yeah. So this wacky circus, man, I've been doing it. I want to say like 4 years as far as like the podcast stuff. Long story short, basically I was in a lot of bands through high school and college. And I was always the interviewee on podcasts and such. I was trying to make a pop culture website, and basically I was trying to build out these websites with like the navigation, all that stuff. And I'm not a technical guy. And basically this pop culture website idea turned into a podcast idea. And I asked a lot of my close friends, like, hey, what do you guys think? And I went for it. And the podcast has just been so rewarding and given me a lot of opportunities and a lot of events and press passes to cover things and get interviews with the shameless promo names that I dropped earlier. It's been very awesome. And then this past year or so, I've been working behind the curtain at a lot of independent wrestling promotions as commentary, as playing my drums to get people out to the ring during their entrances, which has been very cool. I've been a backstage interviewer. I work ringside cameras. I've done camera switching. So it's been really, really cool to get all these opportunities, and everyone, because from what I hear, it doesn't always go this way, but everyone has just like welcomed me with open arms. And I think it's a little bit of a two-way street. Like I kind of give them the platform and they give me opportunity. And apparently they keep hiring me and bringing me back. So that's a good thing, man. I'm very grateful.
That's awesome, by the way. So let's talk WrestleMania. I mean, did you watch both nights or?
Oh yeah,
both nights. Go ahead.
Long weekend. I was telling you guys, like working all weekend, but we made time. It was WrestleMania time. We get the boys together here at the BCP compound. There's brisket. There's a spread. The Vicious One made some like cheddar beer cheese, which was just like out of this world. There was cake. I'm not even talking about WrestleMania. I'm just talking about the spread. But we made time. We sat down and watched both nights, watched every single match. And usually, phone it in is not the right word. It's the grandest stage of them all. Last year was an emotional WrestleMania because of the return of the live crowd, a lot of barrier breaking and amazing, just emotional moments. But a lot of times you just have these matches and you're just like, whatever. And there were a lot of surprises this year. There were a lot of emotional moments again, and they didn't just go through the motions. They always put on a stellar production, but the storytelling, the matches, all of the matches were really good for the most part. The surprises, the storytelling. I enjoyed the Sami Zayn match. I thought that we were going nuts for that.
Logan Paul.
I was very happy. Not my favorite, but Ray's my favorite. So, but I overall, I enjoyed both nights. It was good to be around my friends, but I thought they put on a stellar production. And this has nothing to do with this company versus that company, just in terms of being a wrestling fan and watching a show or a pay-per-view or a premium event. We had a great time. I was very happy with it.
See, that's what I like about wrestling companies. When two wrestling companies are going at it, they give their all. So this way, the winner is actually the fans. That's who really wins. So, and something? The fans, all the AEW fans and the WWE fans try to go at each other. I'm like, guys, there's no need to fight. It's like, because we all win. It's like, because they're both going to be fighting and to try to get our entertainment. And the ultimate goal is we all win.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. I never saw like the world that way, man. Like it's this way or this versus this. Like, you're either this team or that team. Like I never saw the world that way. There's so much gray area. There's so much in between. There's so much compromise. And right now we're literally complaining about the fact. I would say I don't want to generalize. Like everyone's different, but a lot of the Twitterverse, things you see, like some of the comments, I shake my head at, and we're all human. But at the end of the day, like we always say on the show, the real winners are the fans. And the fact that these are our stories, right? These are our soap operas, and we get invested and we get emotionally hurt, and all these great stories, and we just have more wrestling, I feel, than ever. And it creates opportunities for a lot of our friends on the indies. So everyone really wins. It's a really great time to be a wrestling fan. And, we nitpick stuff for sure, storylines and inconsistencies and stuff like that on the show as journalists. But as a fan right now, I'm very, very happy with a lot of the products out there right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I saw some guy just burn his Cody card after he went to WWE. I'm like, dude, why?
So how did you guys feel? Because I have a lot to say about that. How did you guys feel about that, Cody going?
I mean, go ahead, Joe. You want to talk about it?
I feel like, as Seinfeld would say, that wrestling right now, like when you get traded to another team, this like jersey is like laundry. So if you go to another company, it's just like, well, more added to another WWE roster in the game. You know what I mean? You could always create the person all over again, and like they're here in a different form. There's a new this could be another form of Cody that we're gonna see now. We don't know if this is gonna be the I think I said this to Geek like a few days ago when we were talking on the phone. I think like now this is this gonna be the woe is me? Is this all dedicated to my dad era of Cody? Or is this gonna be the straight up in your face or heel Cody that we're gonna see?
He's probably telling people right now on Raw, and guys, no spoilers in the chat. I'm going to watch after this. So he's probably cutting a promo right now as we speak. So we'll find out, but it's interesting to me looking at it from a business perspective, purely business, like no feelings. Like his contract was done in AEW, and this was a man who carried that AEW banner on his back. I remember him staying after shows and just, they're tearing down the ring and the ramp, and he's still signing and taking pictures with everybody. Like he carried the promos that he cut. He carried that. That company doesn't exist without him. So yeah, it was very strange to see, or not strange. It was just unexpected to see. But from a pure business sense, the guy's contract ran out. He was on a handshake deal. He did nothing wrong. He didn't quit. He honored his contract. He was just from a business sense, like any athlete, a free agent. He had every right to go wherever he wanted. And from an emotional standpoint, you see him go to WWE. I'll say it right now, the program that I prefer to watch every week that I can't miss, that I always make sure I record or watch at some point during the week is Dynamite. I really enjoy seeing that. I enjoy seeing some of my friends get opportunities on there. I love what they're doing. I think it's a great alternative. That being said, I do enjoy WWE as well. But seeing Cody, that entrance, first of all, the production on that entrance was phenomenal. The pop from the fans. I learned to play that song on the guitar like right after I saw it. I listened to that song like 10 times after he made that debut. I watched the entrance like so many times. You could tell, and again, I'm just gauging. I think this is a win for everybody involved, and I think that social media seems to disagree. Like you said, people are like, oh, Cody betrayed, but he did everything the right way. He didn't abandon ship. Like his contract was up. He had a decision to make. He met with people. Apparently he's making a lot of money. I've heard reports that he has a bigger role outside of just being a superstar performer. He has a backstage role, which probably gives him a lot of that creative freedom. And that being said, man, you could see the emotion on his face. I don't want to say he's home or whatever, and this is an anti-AEW because I love AEW, but just looking at it from one man's perspective, and I can't speak for him, but it looked like he felt he made the right decision. And if you guys saw the interview he did after, like a WWE exclusive, he was completely the same Cody Rhodes that we knew. He came out to the same music, but the way he talked, he wasn't talking like a WWE gimmick or character or persona. Like he referenced Stardust in the third person. And I'm sitting there like, they're going to let him be Cody. And this is going to be interesting. And that overall could be better for more forward thinking of WWE that is kind of set in its ways. And I think bringing Cody aboard might evolve WWE for the better. And that being said, again, back to the business perspective, a lot of AEW fans, if you're for it, if you're against it, you're tuning in to see if he shows up. And that's a great way to get more eyes on your WWE products. So I think it makes sense all around. Geek, I don't know if you have any thoughts on it, bro.
Yeah, that like all the fans are being mad about, how could you betray AEW? How could you betray it? I'm like, do the fans even care that Cody's actually happy? I mean, that's the thing. That's the main goal. It's like, as long as he's happy doing what he's doing,
take care of your family, you're happy. Yeah.
And it's like, it's just so like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, everyone's just so negative and just bashful that like Cody, you betrayed AEW. I'm like, the guy's happy. He's doing what he wants to do. And he's just living life being Cody. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It was definitely a shock, when we heard that he may or may not have signed with WWE. Like, we were all shocked. But again, I don't think he did anything the wrong way. Business-wise, he was a free agent. He met with people. He made a decision. And he seemed to reap the benefits of that decision immediately at WrestleMania. I mean, that's probably the biggest moment of his career thus far.
And what a match it was with Seth at WrestleMania. Dude, I mean, he tore the house down with Seth. I think that was probably... If it wasn't for FTR versus Briscoes, I think that would have been match of the weekend.
I haven't seen was that one really good? I bet it was.
Yeah. Dude, you have to see that match. That match is probably my favorite match of this weekend. Is FTR and Briscoes with the Young Bucks. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people said Bloodsport has been pretty good this weekend, so I gotta go back and watch that. But
I think Thunder Rosa, Trisha Dora, a lot of people were talking about from Mission Pro, so I got to go back and watch that one.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on WrestleMania besides Cody?
Oh man, so many places to go. I'm just sharing all your guys' shameless promo, guys.
Yeah.
Join the chat. Let us know what you got.
Mhm.
Overall, like I was saying earlier, Mania, I really enjoyed it. I mean, I had good company, I had good food, but I really felt like they didn't just phone it in or go through the motions. Like, come on, you got Stone Cold. Like Stone Cold's, I don't want to say send off, but he had his first match in Dallas. He had his last match, and this was something that I hate to recap. Everyone knows this, but that was advertised as a talk show segment. He ended up getting a legit match. When the ref came in, everyone's like, oh, is this happening? It happened. I don't think he needed to take that suplex on the outside, but he did. He did like a champ. And then he comes out the next night too. It's like, this is fan service and this is what the fans want. And this is absolutely great. The people in my living room were like, oh, Stone Cold should come out. And we're like, well, no, he came out last night. Like he had the perfect send off. Again, I shouldn't say send off, but it was like the perfect way to end it here in Dallas and stuns Mr. McMahon, which is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
That is another story right there.
That stunner was kind of
Hey man, it's one of those things. First of all, good on Vince for getting in there. The guy, let's be real, the guy's jacked for what is he, 80? I don't want to misspeak, 81.
70 something.
70 something. Okay. But guy's looking real jacked, comes in there and good on Vince for trying when he goes down to kind of do the rebound off the ropes. I thought I was like, all right, that's like a good little audible right there. I thought that was good. And dude, it was a lot of fun. I don't hate Pat McAfee. I just hate that he's so good at everything.
Yes.
He was on commentary. I was like, he's amazing. When he had that match with Adam Cole in NXT, I'm like, he is way too good at wrestling. Like, he's not just good. He does stuff that a lot of people that we regularly see can't do. And I was waiting that whole match for the spot where he just jumps to the top rope, like, flawlessly. And he's not even shaky when he's up there. Like, it's just so natural to him. And I just hate that he's so good at everything. He's phenomenal. It was a great match.
That match was awesome. And, and he was over in that match too.
Yeah.
Definitely
the crowd was great. Yeah. And that's what you can tell. First of all, I'm very anti like the crowd noise being pumped in and all that. So sometimes dude, I remember watching NXT 2.0 and Ciampa's given like this kind of goodbye kind of speech, like you're not really sure, and like it's quiet because they're hanging on his every word. It's not like a disrespectful quiet. It's like quiet, like what is he gonna say? Is he leaving? It's like real quiet, and they're like pumping in this like and I'm like, no, like read the room. So I hate that fake crowd noise stuff, but everything at Mania seemed very, very genuine, from the chants to the pops, and that's what makes a good show.
It was a very legit, like it wasn't like nothing seemed like it was piped in. Everything seemed like it was real. I mean, at WrestleMania, like like all the boos, all the cheers, everything. It seemed like everything was just, wasn't piped in at all. So which was awesome, and it was, what's the word? Natural is what I'm looking. Natural is what I'm looking for. There's a natural reaction, and WrestleMania. Will probably go down as probably one of the greatest WrestleManias and probably my favorites.
I had fun. And another tell. Have you guys ever been to WrestleManias before?
Yes.
I went to 2.
Okay.
I wasn't at 2, but I've been to 2 WrestleManias.
Were you guys at, what was it, 35? The one that was like 8 hours in the Meadowlands?
I was at 33, 34, and 35.
Okay, which I just like to point out that Meadowlands is in New Jersey, not New York. Just saying. Yeah. I'm kidding. But that being said, that was such a long day. We were doing media in the morning. We did, tailgating in the afternoon. Then you could do the pre-show, the main show. That was obviously
back then. Damn it! I wish we knew you back then. We probably would have been hanging out that day.
Dude, let's do it. Hopefully they come back this way in the next couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe we should wait, Geek. If they ever come back to a show at the Garden, we all should meet up and have pizza in the city.
Yeah, something.
Oh, what's it? Do you guys have a pizza spot?
Oh, we love pizza.
Roses.
Pizza taco podcast.
I don't know if it's still open. I haven't been to the Penn Station in a while, but Roses is really good.
Penn Station. I mean, it's New York, so yeah, okay.
We could always. I don't know how you feel about having wings at Hooters. We could always go across the street at the Hooters wings.
I love, dude. I'm a wings guy. But anyway, you could tell another thing I like to pay attention to. If you guys remember being at those like long WrestleManias, like by the end of the night, you're kind of losing the crowd a little bit. And this, what was it? The New Day's match was second to last, I think, last night. The crowd was still hot, man. Like the way they booked everything, like, and even the night before, like you get to the last couple matches and the crowd was still hot, man. Like that's how you know you're putting on a great show.
I thought 34 was pretty good, but after the Ronda Rousey match, I think they lost the crowd.
Oh, wait, at which one? I'm sorry, at night
34. I'm talking
34, about. WrestleMania 34. Okay.
The crowd was hot, and then after Ronda, I think it died.
What do you guys think of Ronda?
I was upset that she had to lose against. I know it's Charlotte Flair, and they will put Charlotte over, but I was like super bummed that they bring back a wrestler like Ronda Rousey and then have her lose it again at WrestleMania.
This weird booking.
Yeah, weird.
I was never a fan of Ronda in WWE. I'm afraid she's gonna find me and like beat me up. I was never a fan of Ronda. Yeah, in WWE. Like very interesting moveset. Like obviously you get that mainstream crossover from MMA or UFC or all that kind of stuff. I don't know enough about it to pretend that I do, but her cutting the promos is where she really lost me. I remember, and I'm not trying to like knock her. Is this just statistically speaking? I remember her cutting a promo and losing it and losing the crowd, and then she kind of tried to play it off, and it was just like one of those situations. I was like, like I don't want to watch this anymore. And again, but she's not a promo person, you know, throw her with, you know, her in-ring work does the talking, throw her with a Heyman or something like that. So the booking here was weird, you know, have her win the Rumble to lose to Charlotte. And so, I mean, they're going to elongate the feud, obviously, but do you guys know Marina Shafir? She was in NXT. Roddy. I got to work with her at BCW. She took on Darius Carter. She came out, man. She cuts like these real quick. Like she took the microphone from Darius Carter, who could talk for days, put it in a pocket, walked away. It was like a great move. She beat him for the title, took his BCW heavyweight title. She says, you know, I am the problem or whatever gimmick or shtick is. Throws a microphone down, just like very short and sweet, one sentence thing. And her in-ring work, man, she's just like very intense. Like he's making his entrance. She's just like very intense. I'm like, that's what Ronda should have been, man. And Marina Shafir does not get enough credit because I think she's absolutely fantastic. They should have moved her up, man. And I'm not trying, like, I know it sounds like I'm knocking Ronda. Just to me, I'm just like not connecting with her. And I think Marina Shafir should have been that person.
Am I the only one that enjoyed the Charlotte and Ronda match? I thought Charlotte's pretty good though in the ring, and she does not get the credits that she deserves. You know, everyone sees her as Ric Flair's daughter, but no one really sees past the talent.
Man, so many things I could say on that. I enjoyed the match. I've been a fan of Charlotte for a long time. She's phenomenal as a heel and a face. I remember she's working face, man, and all these house shows. She's so good with the kids, man. Like, and which she still is when she does the meet and greets. That's what it's all about. That's the most important thing to me. I told you how I felt about Ronda. That match wasn't bad. Like Charlotte, my favorite thing is like the standing moonsault she does to the outside. She usually lands on her feet. Every once in a while, she'll throw a corkscrew in there. I'm just like, she's an amazing athlete. That match was really good. I think what people are mad about is the ending. It's one of those situations where it's like, what do you remember? You remember the ending, and that's kind of what they're basing their opinion on. It was weird because what did she end up winning with, like a boot off a cheap shot or something? It was
something. Yeah,
I was kind of like, ooh, a boot? Like you went off that, but other than that, I enjoyed the match.
The ankle lock from Ronda, that was beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
Learning from Kurt right there. I would go back and talk about, right? So yeah,
Kurt Angle's the man.
Kurt Angle is the man.
That's Geek's like favorite guy of all time. He like
Joe used to hate me.
I didn't hate. It's my dad.
You used to go up to me and say, "Why? What's with Kurt Angle?" He's like, "What's so great about him?" I'm like, "Dude, Kurt's the man."
This guy right here is the man.
He's my favorite. Ray's my favorite. I like Kurt too.
I'm trying to talk through Rey Mysterio's theme song. Because he's jumping through the sky, Rey Mysterio.
Back in the day, me and Joe, his favorite was Sean. So I mean,
okay. My old school favorite, Sean, the old school. So, as I joke and say, I'm the Shawn Michaels of the podcast. I'm a good guy, but that window looks nice and it has your name on it, Geek.
Oh, the set. Yeah.
Oh no!
Did you guys get to meet Ray or Kurt? Did you guys ever get to meet your favorite?
I met Kurt.
I met Ray.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have time. I could. You want me to tell my Rey Mysterio story that I scanned through before, Rob?
As long as I get to look at that glorious mustache, I'm happy.
Oh, I'll take it.
That thing is glorious.
Yeah,
Hashtag
you've
wrestling.
seen it before. I just had no mustache, and then I gave it the biker, the local biker,
the old handlebar mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
To me, when it's mustache, it makes me think of the Office Space. Fuck yeah.
You should do the Triple H. Is you have it come down with a handlebar and then go up with the chin strap on either side. Or no,
our artist would be furious.
Okay,
he'd be like, "Damn you, Joe!"
Or the Kenny Omega.
There you go. Oh, they were all no when they all came out. No.
Well, Geek messed up our logo anyway. As you see, he has a beard in his logo, and he shaved his face completely.
I like the logo though; it's solid. You did that?
No, there's a guy we're friends with. His name is Joe Alphabet, and he's from Canada, and he's a super cool guy. Super cool guy.
Looks great.
If I would have done it, it would have been chicken scratches.
Oh yeah, I don't Geek. I know how to draw. You've seen my art. It's
no, not you. Me. If I would have done it, it would have been chicken scratches.
Hey, Vinny, what's up, man? Welcome. So
Vinny,
my story was I was in school in college, and my friend's like, "Oh, I'll go with you to go meet Ray." So I was like, "All right." I got up early in the morning. My alarm went off, so I turned off the alarm, took a shower, did everything I was supposed to do. Went to my friend, "Hey, what's going on, Mania?" That's our buddy from college.
Welcome.
I knocked on his door 3 or 4 times. He didn't answer, so the cab showed up. So I was like, all right, I got the money for the thing. I thought maybe because I would have to go with my friend, we wouldn't have to pay for a cab. So I gave the cabbie the money, not realizing that was the only money in my wallet. So I got there, and somehow my sister didn't tell me that she was going to pick me up that day. She showed up at the school. My mom freaked out. My dad freaked out. Long story short, my sister surprised me, and I got in to meet Ray without getting myself killed by my family.
But you got to meet Ray.
Got a chance to sit and talk to him for a few. That's when Nydia was still in the WWE. Him and Nydia sitting at the table.
My Nydia. Yeah, I remember.
Nydia. Yeah. She was really sweet. That was my Ray story, and
that's my dream interview. Ray's one of my dream interviews for sure.
I've messaged him on Dudes at Ringside a few times, and I'm like, I don't know. That'd be cool to get a response, but I don't know.
Never say never. Never say never.
Never say never. We had Al Snow, so there you go.
Yeah.
How was that? He knows the business. Brilliant mind.
The man.
You know? It was the day before Thanksgiving, Rob. That was the funniest thing ever.
Wow.
Yeah, we had Al Snow. Yeah, and I think it was supposed to be 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, but I think he had
plans or something like that.
He had to reschedule it. He had to reschedule
for something.
So then he gets back to us. It's like, how about tomorrow? I'm like, that's the day before Thanksgiving, but okay. That's all right.
Hey, it's Al Snow. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right.
He was making a delicious cheeseburger. What was it? Cheeseburger.
Yeah. He's got a recipe or something.
Cheeseburger stuffing or something like that.
He said it was good.
Amazing.
I kind of asked him at the end of the podcast, can you maybe send me the recipe on the email? And I guess he didn't get around to send it to me. I was like,
you probably forgot, you know?
I was so pissed. Yeah.
Such a cool guy. If you ever get to talk to Al Snow, he's the man. So
I have friends that have got to work with him or pick his brain, and he is just what's the term? A dearth of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge, whatever it is. He knows wrestling a lot.
Yeah, the stories that man came up with.
We also had Stevie Ray, but that's a story for a different day.
Okay.
When we're not live, we can talk about that. Yeah.
I'm staying away. I'm staying away from that.
No, it's not that bad. No.
Okay.
It's sort of like I got him on the podcast because of Instagram Live. Right now, I would say I don't think he's going to watch our podcast, but thank you, Stevie Ray, for.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Such a cool guy. Yeah.
He was doing Instagram Live, and I was sitting there watching in my room, and I was by my wall.
You don't put him on the spot, is what he did.
I kind of pushed the record, one of those buttons that you could get in, and all of a sudden I heard him say, "Ghostbusters, what's this?" Because my name on Instagram is Ghostbuster Joe, and he's like, "What? Ghostbusters, what's this?" So I was like, go in, and all of a sudden my phone went black, and I'm like, "Oh, I just got this phone 2 months ago, or last year. Did my phone just die on me?" And the phone went black, came back, buffered, and all of a sudden I see Stevie Ray and me in the corner. I'm like, just like,
oh, hey, Stevie Ray. That's so cool, man.
my face went from this to. I think Geek even came in the chat.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? I'm like, not much. And we started talking about wrestling. I told him about my grandfather, how he was a professional wrestler back in Vince's dad's days.
No way.
And he was a old school heel. And then I said, right before I go, Stevie, I have one more question. He kind of seemed bummed that I said, I got to go. And he's like, oh, you got to go? And I was like, yeah. I said, I don't want to hold you up. He's like, man, no. He's like, what's that? And I was like, me and my buddy do a podcast called Dudes at Rings. We're new. Do you have any advice for a new podcast? He said, just get your name out there, man. Get your name everywhere. And I was like, one more thing. Would you mind coming on our podcast someday? And he was like this. Just give me a time and date. I'll come on.
That's so cool.
I lost my shit.
Cool guy. Yeah.
I lost my
cool
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love the new set. Yeah. We just got a new setup right now. So I don't know if you see
it. Looks great.
Yeah.
My setup's just a little banner thing behind me. Other than that, you would see my room, my messy room. Basement dweller Joe.
Can I plug something since everyone's joining in on the chat real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
So we said at the beginning, but if you guys go over, so we're doing a Wrestlemania giveaway, and I have not picked the winner yet. So we are giving away. It's going to be continental U.S. only, unfortunately, but we're giving away a Roman Reigns Funko Pop. Where he has the Universal title to one lucky randomly selected winner. If you go over to our YouTube channel, the Bob Culture Podcast, right now, hit subscribe. We'll put you in one of those generators, and one person will get a Roman Reigns Funko Pop. So
some kid is crying right now, going, "Oh, why is it the one belt? Oh man!"
And by the way, don't follow Rob. Don't follow Rob just for that. Follow Rob just because
we got some good interviews. We got some good interviews.
He's awesome. Rob's the man. So there you go.
I won't go that far.
No, Rob is the man, right?
Oh,
Joe?
I'm already subscribed to you. Good.
Thank you.
I subscribe to you on everything.
It's Ghost Head Talk. That's my other podcast.
I made my day. I'm happy. Mission accomplished. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it.
We should definitely get you to come on Ghost Head Talk with me one day. We talk about Ghost.
Bro, I literally have. I'll show you after the podcast. I'm looking at a trap that I have. I have a Ghostbusters. Well, it's a jumpsuit, but I got one of those Ghostbuster tags to put on it. And then I made a proton pack. It's not finished, but with you can make like a dollar store one. And I just got a bunch of stuff from like water bottles and like little, Home Depot parts and stuff, and it looks really cool. So I have to show you that. Love Ghost.
I don't sounds on mine, but I have like the one that they had at Spirit Halloween, but my dad gave it a wood back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my dad's like Mr. My dad is the Puerto Rican version of what's his face, the Bob Vila. That's my dad.
See, that's so funny you say that, because that's why I love Ghostbusters. Because we're getting away from wrestling here, but I love Ghostbusters.
It's okay. It's all right.
My dad remember, I'm aging myself, but the first proton pack toy was that blue one and it had like the foam thing, but they didn't have the trap. Eventually they came out with the blue trap, but they didn't have it.
Right? The 90s they had the blue trap?
Yeah, it had, or late 80s. Yeah, I think you're right. But they just came out with the proton pack, so I wanted a trap. My dad made me a trap out of like wood, and you would push down the pedal and it would actually open, and I'd put the little ghost toys in there. So that was like one of my favorite memories.
Geek's just like, damn it, Joe, Ghostbusters again.
All right. Hey, we interviewed a Ghostbuster, Ernie Hudson, Winston Zedmore, had him on the show. Just saying, YouTube, check it out. Shameless promo.
Definitely, yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
Join the cool kids.
Join the cool kids and follow, subscribe.
Hey, Chucky. Daddy Daughter Entertainment. What's up, Chucky? Thank you for watching.
I guess we are the cool kids because we follow Bob already.
Chucky, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to
make sure you follow us too as well.
Subscribe today on the YouTube channel and Insta and everywhere that's a social media.
Spotify, everywhere.
That's Daddy Daughter Entertainment, man. And that's like one of the things I love about wrestling. It's like they do daddy daughter dates. You're taking your kid to see an indie show. They make the signs for the superstars, and there's a DDE championship title belt. Like that's what it's all about, man. Smiles on faces. I love those guys. They're the best, man.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So we definitely have to get together, Geek. We have to make plans when WWE is going to be at the Garden for like a house show or a Raw. We have to hang out with Bob. We have to go. We have to do it.
I'm in. Let's do it. I'm so in.
Either wings or we'll have pizza. Something.
I'm more in, even more.
Or if Rob's on Long Island, he can hang out and go to VPW.
Oh, Victory Pro. Oh, yes.
Never been. I've only been to Long Island a few times, strangely enough.
Yeah, Victory Pro has it's all the cap guys plus, pretty much all the cap guys,
That I know a lot of them. That's awesome.
I'm either back in Long Island either May or July, so we should probably plan maybe something in July because it's hot and nice. We'll be able to go walk around, have some coffee, get some ice, coffee, have some ices, some booze, some drinkies, some cool pizza, some yummy pizza.
Yeah. I love pizza.
How about tacos? You like tacos, Rob?
I do like tacos.
Like you like
How do you not?
Like the Taco Bell ones, or like the when you go to like a nice Mexican restaurant tacos?
I like, you know what? I like all of them, but like something about Taco Bell after 11:30 p.m. is it's magical. I don't know what it is. Like if you're coming home from a wrestling show or playing a gig, Taco Bell sometimes like late night it hits the spot, man. I like I like all of it, man.
Usually when I'm coming home from Barkley or whatever from a wrestling show, I'll be like, yeah. It's what's open. Taco Bell's open. So,
right, it's always open late.
Exactly. So we're always stopping.
Taco Bell, call us sponsorship.
Oh my God, I would love a sponsor.
Sponsorship from Taco Bell, right here.
Ringside. Let's go.
I know you hate to do the geek. We should start a podcast with Rob called
Taco Bell.
You're ringside.
Something to taco about.
Oh God,
something taco. There you go. That's another podcast right there. We could always talk about our favorite tacos and.
Oh God, the taco theory.
You know what? Thunder Rosa has her taco blog though. I feel
she would get so mad at us.
Yeah, that's another person that I look at that and go, head goes down in sadness when I see the name Thunder Rosa. No, I love Thunder Rosa. She's beautiful.
What's wrong with Thunder Rosa?
I'll tell you when the podcast is over.
I love Thunder Rosa. Shameless Pro.
She's a great wrestler. She's awesome. She's a rising star. Her music, her wrestling stuff is awesome. Everything she does touches. She's gold.
She's gold. She's awesome.
But like,
thanks for the follow. Yeah.
Hey.
They've got the geek face.
I like the face. That's awesome.
That's geek shocked face.
Yeah.
We make that a t-shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely making that t-shirt. The geek shock face, but
like awesome. I don't know. I just we had her son on our podcast.
Oh,
Anakin.
Oh my God!
Awesome.
He threw a curveball at us with his promo for the podcast. Geek's like, Joe, does he speak English? What do you mean? Watch the video. I'm like, oh no, oh no. And
he comes on the screen, starts speaking, and I'm like, oh geez, he doesn't speak English, and then. He's like, "No, I'm just kidding, guys."
I understand. He's trying to fake you out. Okay.
Yeah, he's so funny. Such a funny.
I wish
guy.
he could have did the makeup. He didn't do his makeup. Oh, we were like,
the
skull thing. I was like,
such a cool guy, though.
That's awesome. I've heard I've heard really great things. I know a lot of people that are close with Mission Pro, and so much great stuff coming out of there.
We had so many awesome women from that promotion. We've had the
Renegade Twins.
The Renegade Twins. We had. Kayla Spark, which was at Wrestlemania last night.
Yeah, I saw her. They gave her a crowd shot, like real quick. Right?
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, that's Kayla Sparks.
Yeah,
she had the CCW title.
And she said say hi, Stephanie, hi, and then Stephanie waved back at her, and I'm like,
and Shawn Michaels did this.
I'm like,
Shawn Michaels had the hand on the face. He was like, I'm like. Don't cover your face, Shawn. We can see your cowboy hat. We know that's not. We know that's you. No, Shawn. No, Shawn. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm the only one that Shawn Michaels would be like, oh God, it's Joe again.
Yeah, and we had Kylan King on the podcast. She's awesome, by the way.
She got mad.
That's an interview I'd like to have. She's
awesome.
She got mad at me for no reason at all. Not in a bad way, man. She's like, you don't like Spider-Man? I'm like, geek, threw me under the bus. Just.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he got mad because Joe's all Ghostbusters all day. So when they were trying to this is a funny story.
Excuse me.
This is a funny story. Joe, when the Spider-Man trailer came out, it's the Ghostbusters trailer. People asking about the Spider-Man trailer, and then Joe's like, "Come on, stop asking about Spider-Man." He's like, "Nobody cares about Spider-Man." And we told Kylan King that story, and then she got mad at Joe. She's like, "How do you not like Spider-Man? What's wrong with you?"
You don't like Spider-Man?
I love Spider. You know who's another great one from Mission Pro? Do you guys know Genocide? Like kind of like the cyborg.
We trying to get her.
She's great. And again, like, I always say, like, I know everything's like on Zoom and stuff, but if you guys start working some of these conventions, man, like it's been really rewarding because, say they have some downtime during a signing, like, hey, miss, or hey, sir, like, would you mind taking a few minutes for a short interview? A lot of times you get a polite no, but like I said to you guys earlier off air, like, you never know who's going to say yes. And like, I'm giving away some of my secrets here, but like, we try to, I'll tell you guys, man, like, and everyone listening, but we try to get there early. We have as professional of a setup as we can, the banners, the microphones, and a lot, I won't name names, but I could think of 3 names off the top of my head, all national names that you watch on the likes of Impact or Mission Pro or ROH, all national level. They see us, hey, are you guys live? Are you guys doing a podcast? They don't know what the Bob Culture podcast, and we're just there. And a lot of times we're interviewing the indie talent because that's what we're all about. We love that, and so many of our friends have made it and gotten that opportunity in NXT, in WWE. It's awesome. Congrats, Mimi, Sloan Jacobs. Now, congrats to you. She's been awesome to work with on the indies. I'm so happy for her. Joe Gacy, who you guys see every week on NXT. The list goes on and on. Shameless promo, but we have this professional setup, and a lot of people come over. Hey, are you guys live? Hey, are you do? And it's very cool to see that, like, they approach us sometimes, not to be like, oh, the Bob Quote, like, they're just, they want to talk. Not always, not everyone wants to talk. A lot of times you get the same questions, or, you don't know if someone's going to put you in an awkward position, or the hard hitting journalism and all that stuff. But what I try to do is we get there early, we have professional setup, and we have a lot of our friends on. So we kind of create a vibe, like people can see how people react to us, and we're laughing and we keep it positive. And we know our stuff. So then when people are at other tables looking at us like, oh, those guys, like, they know what they're doing, or they're good, or they're fun, and just like creating a vibe. And it's kind of one of our secrets, is like being professional, being prepared, and creating like a really positive energy and vibe. And it's cool to see who comes over and says hello.
Yeah. That's just awesome. That's just creating a vibe right there. It's just like everyone just coming from, oh, who's this guy? Who's that guy? Basically, right? And then they come over, and then that's
you guys. I could see you guys got the great logo. We talked about that earlier. You guys are very fashionable. I love the mustache, right? You got the headset. You guys are very professional. Imagine you have all this. You're at a convention, sitting at a table. Talented. Who are these guys? What show are they? Who are they working for? What show? Oh, I want to talk to them. You know what I mean?
But the thing is sad for me. I would have to like somehow travel with my traveling mic. I come from PA, so I would be coming from like upstate New York, traveling with my beautiful little mic. I would have to put it in one of those like traveling bags. But I have a headset. But I like my mic. I would have to like somehow hook it up to Geek's computer. It would be hard. But
that's wrestling. You gotta do the drives. You gotta have the gear in the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's part of it. Yeah, I got a couple totes, but we make it. Sometimes we literally bring a table, just in case they don't have a table for us.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah,
it's great. It's been great though. It's been very rewarding. So there's some secret advice right there for you guys.
Thanks, Rob. By the way, you're awesome. You've been awesome, by the way, this whole podcast. And to us in general.
No, you guys are great. You know what? Like I said to you earlier, like everyone's been very like helpful and like helping me like, climb the proverbial ladder. Like, and apparently it doesn't always go that way, but we all go through hard stuff in life, and not to be cliche, but like wrestling has very much been there for me in terms of not just the podcast, but the friends I've made and the opportunities I've gotten. And I want to give it back to everybody, and I want to help everybody just the same way everyone helped me. I'm not trying to make it or anything like that. Like I would love to be a LaGreco or a Mike Johnson and do the journalist thing. I'm not trying to be, Mr. Commentator or ring announcer or anything like that. If the opportunity presented itself, let's talk. But that being said, I really just want to give it back, and I enjoy traveling and seeing all my friends.
That's like kind of like what me and Joe want to do. Me and Joe, if we ever made it like top, me and Joe just want to just give it back to all the podcasts, like the smaller podcasts that are smaller than us, because that's what it's all about, helping each other. And it's never for us, it's never competitive. I mean, sometimes we might want to get competitive to make each other better, But at the end of the day, you want to help everybody. Is what me and Joe want to do. We don't want to knock anyone and say, "Oh, this guy quit because of us." We want to help them as the best way we can.
Like, that's why, even though during the weekends and some of the other days later in this month, we got a lot of wrestlers in it, but like, that's why we made this podcast month, April, because we want this month people to know more about podcasts that they're not familiar with.
Yeah, because everybody knows the Fightful. Everyone knows WrestleZone. Everyone knows what's another one? No DQ. All Wrestling Inc. All those podcasts, but the ones that people don't know about. That's why me and Joe want to work together and help each other.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. Yeah, and I love seeing it. You know, as much as Twitter can be toxic and all that, I love to see everyone like tag each other, or even that wrestling fashion thing that I do every week. And that was something I had seen my friend do a show about. She's the queen of, everyone follow at the Queen of Any. She's fantastic on Twitter, but she did a show talking about like wrestling fashion from like one event or NXT or whatever it was. And I remember hearing them talk about it, and I took that, and every week I'll take all the indie talent that, you know, because they're all dressed up or they have new gear, and that was WrestleMania week, and I'll take the indie talent and put them all together with the national talent, like a lot of WrestleMania people. You know, LaGreca's in there this week, and we have a vote who's the wrestling fashion winner. So it's not just about that, because the wrestlers get a little competitive and they talk a lot of trash and, oh, this is rigged and this is a scam. But that's what it's all about, getting more eyes on the athletes. And I tag a lot of podcasts, and more importantly, the national talent, like Charlotte has seen wrestling fashion, Thunder Rosa's seen wrestling fashion, LaGreca, you know, like all these names in the business, they're getting these eyes on the indie talent. So that's kind of like the trick to it. You know, it's not about me. I mean, it's great to have content and something different, and I have some more ideas to evolve that, but it's about like the networking, like you guys said.
Yeah, exactly. So work together, and not only that, think about all the great podcasts you have together instead of trying to knock each other out of the water.
We worked with Dirty Heels. Shout out to the boys, the Heels.
They're
our city fam, the Dirty Heels. Shout out to our boys from our buddy from Canada, which will be back on our podcast again this month. Straight Talk.
Straight Talk's awesome.
Joe, Straight Talk. You definitely have to talk with Straight Talk. They're good people. Him and his daughter, they do interviews with wrestlers, and he does a normal interview. His daughter does 5 questions.
I do know that, and we're following each other. Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay,
good people. George, am I saying it right? George Mackay.
Yeah.
George Mackay, and
I'll come after you, Joe. Don't worry. They'll tell you it's George.
You're like, Joe, man, what are you doing?
You don't know my name. You don't know my name.
No, you don't know my name right now, man. You know my daughter's name more than I do. Everybody knows the children are more famous than all of us anyway. So Geek's girlfriend met Izzy, and I think I would be more like, oh my God, it's Izzy, so cool, because
Izzy's killing it right now for sure. Yeah,
definitely.
I tried to get her come on the podcast. Geek yelled at me, "Gee, really, Joe? You message Izzy?" And I'm like, dude, she's freaking Izzy. like what? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, Izzy's killing it right now with all the interviews, and what has a role with, was it Women of Wrestling possibly or something like that?
WoW. Yeah, we're trying to get into WoW because we know a few wrestlers that are in there, and we're like, we did have Women's Wrestling Month a few months ago, and all the women's wrestlers were like, guys.
Yeah, women's wrestling has been, man. I mean,
now it's beautiful because back in the 90s,
yeah, it wasn't
in the late 80s. You wouldn't have seen wrestlers
doing think about CCW. Yeah, Mission Pro and CCW. They're killing it right now. They're killing it.
Even last night, I was worried about that. Was it the 4-way tag match for the women's tag team title? I'm like, they're not going to give this time, and they gave it a ton of time. It was a great match. It was a great match. A ton of time.
Fantastic match, by the way.
I enjoyed it.
Fantastic match, and
another women's promotion that's really good, but it's not as well known as everybody. It is well known, but not really. Liberty Pro Women's Wrestling. That's another one that's really
We have Goddesses of War down here. I do commentary for that's an extension of Titan Championship Wrestling. Guys, check that out on Mobfi TV. A lot of great wrestling there. Shameless promo, but Goddesses of War is a good one, y'all. You'll see Mimi on there, Vicky, Riley Shepard,
That Vicky.
Adina.
Thanks again, Vicky. Thanks for giving us our awesome guest tonight. Big
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, you're bottom of the barrel tonight. I don't know who canceled on you guys, but
I don't want her beating us up because we didn't give her a shout out.
That's fair. That's a smart move.
She'll look around the corner like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vicky, sorry. I bruise easy. Don't break my glasses.
Yes.
You can have them. Or she'd be like, I got Joe's glasses. Ha ha. I stole his glasses. You know why I like his glasses? Because you never have to wash them.
That's going in the WWE archives right there. Those glasses will be right up there with
we really
statue.
We really got away from WrestleMania, didn't we?
Yeah,
we just random
to be fair, we're all podcasters, so we're all just kind of like steering.
So, what did you think about the outfits from WrestleMania this year? Do you think they were like spot on, or do you think their outfits were like they could have did better?
The wrestling fashion, yeah. So again, I have zero fashion sense. Like I'm not going to pretend to, but I feel like I notice people like with tributes and like little things that are outside the box. First of all, Bianca always gets nominated because she makes her own stuff, her own gear. Yeah, she makes. I think she made her own Hall of Fame gown. I could be wrong, but she makes all her own gear. She had the like kind of like the lips incorporated into her gear, and I think she was wearing the red. It was great to have that march. Good for those kids in the marching band getting to play. That was good for them, man. What an opportunity. I got to do some cool stuff when I was in marching band, so that's so cool to see. I popped for that. And then the back of her or something said Becky's lips or something, like there was some sort of jab at Becky on her tights or something like that, which was clever. But Charlotte had solid gear. I'm trying to think like who really stood out. Byron at the Hall of Fame had that killer suit. LaGreca at his roast had a great suit on. I'm trying to think.
Cody,
you guys watch wrestling? Brandon Walker, rocking that pink or that salmon jacket.
Yeah. Cody had a cool jacket.
I did like Cody's gear, but it was similar to what he always does. It was just like a variation of it, but it did look great.
Cody looked awesome, so
he did. Everything was perfect about it.
The Dominic Rey Mysterio outfit, I kind of like. I saw but I saw what Dominic was doing with the outfit. He was dedicating his outfit to Eddie. I like that.
Yes, I forget that. And again, I came in late to the game, like Ruthless Aggression era, so I missed a lot of the Attitude era and all the stuff before that. Yeah, but that was a tribute.
That was like I would think they said on Instagram that was his Eddie Guerrero AAA outfit, but I'm like,
my guys knew who it was. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's very cool that they paid tribute to Eddie in some form or fashion.
Yeah, that
Ray, I don't know what Ray was. I think Ray was just a Mexican flag.
Can we talk about how good Logan Paul looked? I mean, even though people hate him and
Killer Bees 2.0, you mean?
Yeah. He looked good. What do you mean, in the ring or
in the wrestling and in the ring? You know what I mean?
It's another one, man. Is he just good at everything? Like again, I'm not like I don't know a lot about Logan Paul. I won't pretend to, but he's a name. He's got followers, and he didn't stink. He didn't stink at all. He was solid.
He did his homework on everything, and a lot of people say he did the Three Amigos better than Eddie did.
Hold on.
A lot of people.
Like, geek.
I didn't say that. A lot of people on Twitter said that.
That's what. And I usually don't get don't say that, but that's like saying like someone's doing the Tombstone better than the Undertaker. Like that doesn't make. Like, come on now. Like now you're reaching.
Apparently, they say Sting does a good Tombstone.
I believe Sting's dude. How is he? 60-something? You saw him jumping off that rail. Come on.
Man. Oh my god, AEW, man. I'm like, Sting's still taking bumps at
you need to make that a clip when you mentioned about doing what? Excuse me.
Needs to be a clip somewhere. You know,
we call him Fun Dad Sting on our show because he's just having a good time. He's working with the younger talent. Like I hear backstage, he's just like loving it. So Fun Dad Sting.
When is Sting gonna admit that Darby's his son?
Oh, you think they're going there? I don't think.
It's happening. It's happening.
I didn't see, because everyone's like, they're gonna put him and Darby together, Sting's gonna come back, and I'm just like, why? I'm like, they both have face paint, but like other than that, like why, whatever. And it worked. You know, they played it up, and they don't get too mushy either. They just kind of come out together, they kind of work together, and but there's still some substance there. So it's working. Now we're seeing the Hardys get incorporated, which I think could end up being something really cool. So I'm intrigued.
Oh, there was what's the name? Rob, do you play Pokemon or
Yeah, which one? Game Boy, Pokemon Go, Stadium. What are we talking? Let's go. Bulbasaur is my dude.
Anything, because there was a meme about Sting and a Pokemon being a Pokemon. I don't know if you ever saw it.
I did. I sent it to Nuna. I know exactly which one, with Darby and Jeff or whatever.
No, it was Darby, Danhausen, and Sting. Sting being the final form evolution right there.
I saw the same one, but it was Darby, Jeff Hardy, Sting, or something. It was something similar. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Sting's
the man. Sting's the man.
That meme was great, by the way. So,
but I was Ghostbusters. Choose the form of the destructor.
Nice. Yes, Ghostbusters. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Geek gets so frustrated. Anytime I'm talking to him on the phone, I just toss in a random Ghostbusters reference. I have to, if you have to find me on Facebook, I have this on my Facebook. I made a video with my old friend. We were walking around Port Jervis, New York. I'm like, we're right across from a church. And I'm like, I have to do this video. And she's like, what are you going to do? Take the phone. I'll do the phone. You just walk behind me. And I was like, nobody steps on a church in my town. And she stops mid-stride. I go, hey, Robin. She's like, yeah. And I go, nobody steps on a church in my town. And then she goes, Ghostbuster reference. And then she just keeps walking.
Yes, have some, dude.
Yes.
I love
another podcast that I want to get on our show one day.
Let's do a Ghostbusters show then. This is
I have you ready. Go say talk.
He has one, and I have a movie podcast. So, and then I do another movie podcast with Joe. So
yeah, we could Popcorny.
That's a great name. I like that.
Popcorny podcast.
I came up with that one. Was it you, Geek? I can't remember which one he came up with that. Me or you?
No, I don't remember. But anyway, so. But we have like three between me and Joe. We have like 3 movie podcasts that we do. I
gotta get back with Ghost Head Talk because like I feel bad. Like I had it and then I just was like, "Bye, Felicia." I just ran away.
It's tough because Ghostbusters content isn't continually coming. Although there's a new game coming out.
Oh yeah,
that looks good. But yeah, it's tough because after the movie, what else? What are you talking about?
Yeah, not much. And then the last episode was the last review what we thought, and then. It was last year we did the last episode, and I'm like, I did this podcast with this girl that I know from Ghostbusters, and for a while she was the talker, and I was just sitting there on my mic like, oh, gotta go, show's over. I would end it like that. It was sad, but
I gotcha.
Yeah. It's been a fun little podcast here. So we just talk random stuff. That's our podcast, but that's always the fun one.
As I told people that get nervous or get worried about them coming on our podcast, think of it as us at a pizza place just drinking beer, eating pizzas.
That's good to me. Which pizza place? That's the thing, man. I love it.
Pizza places in New York, we would have a hard time. We would have to be like that dude from that sample pizza guy from Boston. We would have the trouble.
Oh, the Barstool guy?
Yeah.
Portnoy, yeah.
Are you known for any? Do any pizza places know you in New York City? They'd be like, "Oh, it's you. Come on in," like that kind of thing.
No, nobody knows me, man. My spots, and I'm a New Jersey guy, so my spots growing up was Vic's and Bradley Beach. Let's give them a shout out. My favorite pizza, thin crust.
Pizziola right now. Right.
Okay, where's that? Where's that?
It's in Comac. Pizziola. Okay. Please send us some free pizza. Send us some free pizza. We should give a shout out right now. Free advertisements right there.
Yeah, sponsor. Let's go.
That dang it phone. Yeah, so if you had to choose your favorite pizza that you had to get for ever, what kind of pizza would you get and the place would it be and why?
That's a good one. It would definitely be Vic's, but man, saying plain sounds so lame, but like Portnoy always says, it's the gold medal slice, it's the standard. So I guess if you're reviewing them, you have to keep it all the same, plain, which I understand. But I'd go sausage.
My dad always gets sausage and pepper, and sometimes I'm like, damn it, Dad, can we get something else?
My dad does that too. Are we the same person?
Yeah, gee, Geek, I'm so sorry, Geek. We just Dudes at Ringside just got canceled. Wait,
No, don't say that. Don't
got
say
No,
canceled
man.
again?
I got canceled again? What?
Again?
again. Wait, what?
I will tell you that's another story when we're not live.
Should I not be here? Should I leave?
Again? What?
When we're not live, that's another story we have to talk about.
Oh no! Don't tell me that. Don't tell me
But it's Geek. Now your turn. Your turn, Geek.
What? Oh, for pizza?
Favorite pizza, favorite place.
I just told you, Pizziola. Obviously,
Okay.
come on, everyone knows.
I don't know if they're still open, but shout out to Central Pizza in Long Island. That was like my
Central
spot.
Pizza still open, by the way. It's still
Oh,
open.
I guess we have to drive to Central Islip, and you have to lock the doors when we get there, Geek.
Oh,
that was
geez.
my pizza place from when I've been in PA now for 13 years. That was my pizza place for 12 years of my entire life. Every time we wanted pizza, my mom's like, call for Central Pizza. I'd go from the top step and just speed walk down. Yes! like, and it became a team. It was like always either a pepperoni pizza, well done. That's the Brooklyn style, as my dad always says, Brooklyn style. Okay. Well done, or plain cheese, and just wait till you get that like crispy pimple. I want that slice all the time.
Yeah,
pimple on it.
The bubble.
Oh yeah.
Like that bubble slice. Okay, I
respect. But as an adult, you hear that's not the good slice. They would say that's not a good slice. That's what they say. I'm like, how?
I like the bubble.
That's the bubble. So good.
I think the best pizza is probably penne alla vodka or chicken bacon ranch.
At the same time.
That's good. No, you're not wrong. It's good. It's just it's too many moving parts. It is good, but that's like you have one slice and you're done.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, damn man, I should never eat that slice, but it's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's like
you're not wrong. Yeah,
you can't go wrong with chicken bacon ranch, but penne alla vodka is pretty good. Or Big C pizza is pretty good too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
but then again, I go, oh man, all this pizza looks good, and I was like, you know what? Just give me one pepperoni, one cheese.
There was a pizza place, guys, I went to when I was at my friend's house in Jersey. We got a buffalo pizza, and you normally like anywhere you go, they would have cheese on the pizza, make it buffalo, but the buffalo pieces on it. No, they didn't put sauce. They put buffalo sauce with blue cheese in a spiral thing with buffalo pieces in it.
I've seen that. I've seen that before.
It was so good. I was worried. I'm like, this is gonna suck. Where's the cheese? There's no cheese on this pizza. Just sauce. And it was the best pizza ever. Even though I was sweating like I was lying, like an 18-year-old me lying to my mom about where my money went. I'm like, I don't remember. Like,
you get good buffalo slice. I like a good buffalo chicken slice. Yeah, for sure. A little blue cheese on there.
Yeah. What would you have on side? A beer or like a nice like a bottle of Pepsi?
I'm not a big drinker, so man, I like a little Slurpee, a little Coca-Cola Slurpee. That's where I go.
7-Eleven or homemade?
7-Eleven. Gotta be Sevs.
By me, it's sadly Turkey Hill.
So Rob, what do you think of the new Stardust? Coca-Cola.
I thought you were talking about Stardust. Like I was like I'm like, is he gonna be Stardust? I don't think he's gonna be Stardust.
Imagine. Oh no.
It's like Vince fools you and says, "You like Cody, right? Everyone at WrestleMania." Well, guess what? Stardust is back tonight.
Yeah. As far as that's a good question. So my dad just had his 70th birthday. Happy birthday, Pops. And we always had like the Coca-Cola memorabilia because he has like the old school Coke machine. Like you pull the handle, the glass bottles come out, like in Back to the Future where they like, like they pop the top off. So we have it right now in our kitchen here. Dad gave it to me. So we always get him like the Coca-Cola memorabilia and stuff. So for his birthday, as part of his present, I mean, I got him other stuff too, but I got him. I'm like, oh, is it Stardust? Is that what it's called?
Starlight.
Starlight. Okay. The Starlight Coca-Cola, like it's supposed to taste like space or something, or outer space, which I thought was weird.
Tastes like cotton candy from hell.
You know what? So you've had it. Yeah, that's the description. I didn't think it was terrible, but the cotton candy's on point. Like it had a vanilla to it, maybe cotton candy, and almost like a bitterness, a little bit of a bitterness, maybe
Yeah.
like after you drank it. It wasn't bad. It was. Would I buy it again? No, but it wasn't like disgusting. It just wasn't. It was. I always use this word. It was interesting. It was interesting. It's worth a try. Like I got it for the whole family. We all tried it. We're like, oh yeah, like we're. And I don't drink, but I know people do like wine tastings and stuff. It was kind of like that, So it's interesting. What do you guys think?
Geek.
Joe, you want to go first, or your
I'll go first because you don't want to get you want to go back to your job tomorrow and they'll be like, Geek, I saw the podcast. Here's your pink slip. So I drank it. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I think I told you a Geek and he started laughing. I think didn't I get it like 3 or 4 times when after I had it the first time?
Yeah, I think you told me. You said, dude, this is pretty good.
It's pretty good. And then now it started. I'm like, I don't drink soda too much anymore. I just stopped drinking soda like cold turkey one day, and I was like,
good for you.
So now I'm like, all of a sudden, it's like, you remember the movie Clowns from Outer Space?
Wow. I know of it.
I feel like that they're taking over the Coca-Cola world. They're like, din, 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 din. Like, no more regular Coke. This is forever now. No.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, I'm all for. It's like wrestling, I'm all for like different stuff and trying new things and all that stuff. But yeah, when it says it tastes like space, I was like, oh, like where are we going?
What were they thinking?
Who was lighting the Bubonge in this area? Jesus Christ.
It was interesting. It was an interesting taste. A little vanilla, but a little bitter, and I don't know how else to describe it.
I tasted. I thought I was the only one that tasted vanilla in that. Everyone's like, no, it tastes like cotton candy. Some people told me, no, it tastes like caramel. I taste the caramel in there. I'm like,
yeah, no, I'd say caramel. That caramel's better because vanilla Coke is solid. Like you have a little because they have vanilla Coke. It's solid, but it. Maybe caramel. Maybe you're more on point with caramel or cotton candy. Okay.
Well, yeah. I tasted like, how as a kid you would get your Slurpees and you would go like, you would make a Coke Slurpee with the cherry on top, and then right toward the bottom when it's all ice, you like got a cherry Coke like that. Like that's what it was like for me. I'm like, did I just not remember that I got a Slurpee and now it's like cherry Coke? Like what the hell? Like that's what I was like. What? I was looking at it like I was checking for like fragments of dinosaur bones. I was like,
now, did you ever get the WE like Slurpee? Like I have the Rey cup over there, like the Rey Mysterio Slurpee cup. Did you ever get those cups or the straws?
I did get. My dad has it in his shed. He actually has the old Attitude Era. That's one of our bigger fans over there.
Hey, welcome. Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah. We actually got the Attitude Era cup. I don't know if you ever seen it. It has Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H on it.
This is the Slurpee cup, or
it's like the big gulp cup that they had.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen that one.
Maybe I have to take a picture of it. It's in my dad's workshop.
Nice. I love that stuff.
I don't know when I got it. I guess it was around the Attitude Era. It has Stone Cold, Triple H.
I think it was Ruthless Aggression because I remember Booker T advertising for 7-Eleven. He said, "Oh, thank God, 7-Eleven."
Oh, it's Triple H on it then.
Thank heaven, 7-Eleven.
I think I remember those commercials.
No. Do you remember? No, it was Booker T walked into the store and said, "Where's your Booker T cups, man? There's no Booker T cups. You got Triple H. You got The Rock on there. Where's Booker T?" I'm like, "Oh, okay. Must have ran out." and then he sees Goldust as a clerk, right? But I don't know if you remember this. Joe knows I'm going with this one.
Yep.
Right. I don't think I should be talking about this on air, but yeah.
Yeah, if you don't think you should talk about it, maybe.
Yeah, we don't want to get.
If you remember, I'll
I don't know where you're going with this, but if you're having second thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, but it was the Goldust Booker T segment from 7-Eleven. It was actually pretty funny. You gotta look it up.
You have to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So
okay.
How'd they get away with that stuff back then?
Oh, it's like that. Okay. Yeah, I love me some 7-Eleven Slurpees.
Your friend in the chat says, "Wow." Well, actually, I say I'm a 7-Eleven boy forever, but since where I live, we actually have a Wawa when I was going towards Stroudsburg, and I had the best the best BLT at a Wawa. I was like,
you could see it in the chat, but this always happens every time we do a podcast. It turns into 7-Eleven versus Wawa. Like this is a reoccurring theme. It's like I like both. You know what? 7-Eleven coffee. I mean, unless you're sponsoring us, not my favorite. You know, give me a Slurpee all day. Wawa, best chocolate milk in the world. Best chocolate milk. Wawa
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven I think has the best coffee though.
Got to get it in the morning.
No. Who has the best coffee? You'd say.
Not set. Oh, that's tough. I'm not qualified to answer that. And I love coffee. Give me some. I mean, I'm drinking Dunkin' right now. I mean, that Dunkin's solid, but I feel Starbucks sometimes a little too over roasted for me. But Sev's is not my. I don't know if Sev's is not my favorite. Wawa's okay. I don't have a coffee spot, but now we always get this one too. Is Wawa a convenience store with a gas station or a gas station with a convenience store?
There's one in the South that I want to venture to so bad. The Geek was supposed to go to. I don't know if he got a chance to go to it.
I feel that's from another podcast right there that I do.
What's the name of the place that has the beaver that all the female wrestlers
Bucky's.
Oh my God, Bucky's is in the South.
Is that what it is? I always see pictures with that. What is that? It's like a thing. I always see pictures of that beaver. Yeah, what is that?
It's like an oversized gas station, but it's a supermarket.
Where?
In Texas.
Oh, it's like a chain.
Yeah.
He
had on what was her name? Oh my God, Bashley Bones. Bashley Bones went there, and all we talked about toward the end of the show was the Bucky's. They have the best bathrooms. It's like a hotel, and you can get a brisket wrap.
I'm in. I love brisket, and shout to our guy, the Andy Smark, who makes brisket. Makes the best brisket. We had it for WrestleMania, and Baron Corbin likes his brisket pictures because
you would find me on the ground. You would have to do like a squirrel.
Oh, I had leftover brisket today. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Could you ever think about doing brisket and eggs?
I've never done that, but I don't see why not. I'm in for that.
There we go.
We just started a new podcast. There we go. The Dudes at Ringside Brisket podcast.
Yeah, we were talking about food a lot. I'm sorry.
Food is beautiful.
I got excited about pizza.
I don't mean to be like I try to mean in a funny way that we just started a new podcast.
I'm half Puerto Rican, so food is in my DNA. No, literally, it is in my DNA. The pernil, oh my God! I'm just thinking about the crispy skin of a pernil, just like bubbling and snapping like the eggs on the
counter. When Joe stayed over my house over the summer, man, he was just going through coffee.
Geek thought because I told Geek I like Doritos. He bought all these mods. Like I'm gonna buy all these snacks for Joe, and he'll be able to have all this food and all this fun stuff. And all I did was drink coffee.
He must have drank 10 cups of coffee. I'm like, dude, does he ever stop drinking coffee? I'm like,
because it was it was there and it was free, and I was like, fuck it, I don't have to pay for coffee.
man, I wish
I
could drink coffee like you, Joe, man.
Because you know what it is? I work in a grocery store, and all these people go buy coffee for each other, and I'm sitting there like, oh, by myself. I'm taking over coffee. I got a wallet. Do I have some kind of disease?
I see I got the chat here. Can I post shameless promo? Can I post my Twitch link in here since everyone's...
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Is that cool? Oh, wait, it's making noise. I'm sorry. I ruined everything. I'm sorry.
Mine too. My phone started making noise. I turned my phone back on, and I went to Insta, and it started going, started talking.
All right, shameless.
This is a fun podcast.
Oh, my God.
You've been awesome.
Oh, well, no. I could talk about pizza. I could talk about WrestleMania all day. It was a good weekend. Did you guys have a good weekend?
I had a great
we had an awesome week.
Good.
I was in Florida. This whole weekend, so I was nice and warm over there. So I just got back this morning at like 9 a.m.
I'm trying to go back to Florida.
I had a 6:30 flight, so.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you guys for making time for me. I appreciate that, especially if you're coming back from Florida.
Yeah, definitely. I felt bad the last time. I remember when I think it was when Vicky was on. That was the last time I came back from Florida. I'm like, oh crap! And then they delayed my flight.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know if she told you the story. We had to do this. The show on was it Tuesday, Joe? Or
I think it was a Tuesday.
I think it was a Tuesday. And like, I think she's gonna hate me because
she was sitting on the floor for her podcast. It was funny.
Oh yeah.
She was on the floor.
I got the nerd cave, the BCP compound over here.
I called mine. The Panther Memorial Studios.
I like it. Memorial. Okay.
Because of my grandpa. That's why it's the memorial.
I figured that's nice. I love that.
I got the Geek Lab.
I called it the Geek Lab. Then you had to jump on
TNT champion. And you.
Oh, was that me?
Right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, you clicked on it. That's not me. So that was Sammy Guevara doing our drop.
Our thing is, I don't know if you've seen any of our promos. Is if you have a time after you're done with us on the podcast, if you can record it, if you want to record it.
Absolutely not. $10. No, of course. Yeah.
All right. I'll send.
Stop. Stop. Yeah, I love
it. It's okay. Some wrestlers have no names, Joe. Right? No names.
Oh yeah, no.
Have said to us, they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll come on your podcast. We'll set the date and everything." And guess what? They send us a message back saying, "I charge $50 for an interview."
When we're not live, we'll tell you the list of people that were like, "Come on, homie, no man."
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, can we talk about that real quick? And again, like it's a bit, at the end of the day, it's a business, but everyone's different. I'll go on record right now saying, and I'm not like tooting my own horn, like, a lot of times, like, again, it depends on the platform. I am not ESPN over here. But I've been very lucky. I try to do everything I can to promote the person I interview, and I have not once, always using journalistic integrity, but I have not once paid for an interview. At the same time, I always try to purchase an 8x10, like we were saying, from everyone that comes on the show to kind of support. It's a two-way street, especially a lot of the indie talent, especially. But yeah, that's me personally. At the same time, if you are someone of notoriety, you do have a right to charge. Oh, thank you. Shameless promo. Guys, hit that Twitch subscribe, please. We got a lot of great guests.
We'll follow you too on Twitch, Rob, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you. I think I did, but I'm gonna make sure I follow you guys too, because you got a nice and thank you everyone in the chat for tuning in and commenting. You looks like you guys got a nice crew here, some loyal fans.
Yeah. So yeah, we try. It's not easy, but we try.
Our buddy Harley didn't come today. We were hoping to introduce you to Harley. Sad face.
But like you said, man, it's like it's all about buying T-shirts, buying merch from them. But I get it. They're trying to make money too, but at the same time, I mean, as a dick move it sounds, I'm not gonna go and sit to pay somebody to talk to me.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not at all.
Yeah, and it depends. Like if you're trying to make a move or whatever. Again, like I mean, I can say it's a business when it comes to wrestling. Like I do this for fun, and I do this because I love sitting down with the boys and talking about wrestling. I love networking with guys like you and. Helping, I don't want to say put over the indie talent, but I love giving people a platform, and it gets to a point where people, and again, not tooting my own horn, but like, hey, can I come on this week? Hey, I got something to promote. Hey, I got something coming up. Can I come? Yeah. Like that's what I'm here for. I'll be a conduit for you guys. Real quick, we have to acknowledge, Chloe Rain, the DDE champion. Chloe, I hope you're doing well. I didn't want to get in trouble for missing that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
The champ is here. There you go.
Oh, there she is in the picture. There you
go. But yeah,
you are the home champion, so your championship belt went on the wall of fame.
If you got anything else to plug, just plug it away, Rob.
Shameless promo, my favorite part. Guys, first of all, thank you for having me. This is cool, just chatting about wrestling. You guys do a great job with your interviews. Very, very great vibe. I enjoy talking to you all, and I hope to shake your hands and meet you guys in person for sure.
We're gonna plan that. We have to hang out on Long Island, have some pizza, walk around the board. That's what we could do. We could just go. We could walk around the boardwalks of Long Island and go walk around the beach. You know what I mean? Just hang out.
There's good pizza. Let's do, and then we'll do the picture where everyone's doing the Triple H point at each other.
Yeah.
What we got to do. That's the thing.
I'll bring the glasses and I'll make sure the mustaches comes in the suitcase.
They're nice.
It comes in a little glass case, like a big World Series ring thing.
Yeah.
You just.
That's legit, man. You guys can follow us at Bob Culture Pod on Twitter, at the Bob Culture Podcast on Instagram, but more importantly, bobculture.podbean.com. Also, obviously, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and right now we're trying to build that YouTube. We're doing a lot more video interviews these days. We have interviews with the likes of, we said, a Ghostbuster, Ernie Hudson, Jim Ross, Velvet Sky, Summer Rae, Jake the Snake Roberts, Tommy Dreamer, Dana Brooke. The list goes on and on. Deanna Perrazzo, Tasha Steeles, Casey Navarro. Check it out on YouTube. Type in the Bob Culture Podcast. Smash that subscribe button. We appreciate it, guys. And thank you guys so much for having me. This was cool.
No, thanks for coming on and accepting us, man. You know, you've been awesome. You know,
I am not worthy. I am not worthy. Thank you.
No,
guys.
we're not worthy. Joe, we have to do the Wayne's World.
No, that's
There you go.
Oh, Geek, you want to send us off, Geekins?
All right. Make sure everyone follows Rob at Bob Culture. Make sure everyone follows the dudes at ringside as well. That's not in the chat right now. So I'm Metal Geek.
I'm Joe Panther the Third, and
I'm the Bobster, Rob
And-
Williams. Thank you, guys.
we will see you in the next one.
Peace.